You're watching the Target 7.3 retest video. Make sure you have your white packet in front of you. We're going to do some of the problems that are in that white packet. I'll explain a few of the things that are on there. Any help you would need additionally, please see your teacher before or after school or during advisement. That works too. So take a look at your white packet. I'm going to give you a little bit of notes to begin with. There are three cubic forms that we studied during this unit. There's a standard form. The standard form looks like this: ax cubed, bx squared, cx, nd. And the advantage of standard form is that you can find the y-intercept. Ends up being that it's just that last number right there. So 0, comma, d. Okay, we also took a look at factored form. And factored form looks like this: a and then x minus m, x minus n, and x minus p all in bundles. And the advantages of these is that you can find your x-intercepts, which are also the solutions. And the other word that we throw around with that is zeros. And you can find all of those. And those end up being m, comma 0, n, comma 0, and p, comma 0. And notice this is 0, comma d. This is m, comma 0. So the x-intercepts, the 0 goes into y. The last form that we looked at was translational form. And translational form was in this. It looks like vertex form. Still has h's and k's. The advantage to this is that you see the point of inflection. And the point of inflection is the place where it goes from being curved like this to being curved like this. It's that point that's right in the middle of those curves. So that's called the inflection point. The inflection point is h, comma k. So a couple things to notice here. This one says plus d. So d is just going to be exactly the same sign as what you see in the problem. We'll go through an example like that below. Notice these say minus m, minus n, minus p. So the m, the n, and the p are always opposites of what you see. And you know that too from solving. They always seem to be the opposites of what's inside the bundles. This one has one of each. This one says minus h, but it says positive k. And this is just like vertex form. So this one is going to be the opposite, but this one is going to be the same because it's positive k. So same. These were all opposites, and the translational form had one of each. So if we look at the first three problems in your packet, I give you three different forms here. This one, notice there are no bundles. No bundles whatsoever leads me to believe that it looks like this, standard form. So this one is in standard form, and it says, what is the advantage of standard form? I want you to write that it is easy to find the y-intercept. And in this case, the y-intercept is 0, comma negative 8. So notice this is the same. Negative 8 is there. And the second one, notice there's one bundle with a cubed, and that leads me to believe that it's translational form. In translational form, it's easy to find the inflection point. So it's easy inflection point. In fact, it's very easy. In this case, it's opposite of that, but the same. Notice it's the same as this. Opposite, same. And the last one, I see three bundles, and three bundles is a dead giveaway for factored form. Sometimes this first bundle will just have an X attached to it, so you'll see like two sets of parentheses and an X. That's still three bundles. One of them just has a 0 of 0, that's all. And for factored form, we have easy x-intercepts or easy solutions. And in this case, it's 4, comma 0, because remember they're all opposite. 5, comma 0, and negative 1, comma 0. There you have it. You should be able to do the next three problems then after seeing those. The forms are pretty easy to keep separate. You've been trained both trimesters so far to see different forms within different functions. So take a look at those and memorize this piece right here. All right, the last few problems is going to have you actually write something in factored form. And then we're going to translate that to standard form using the area model or the distributive property. So the points that we're interested in these are right here, here, and here. So we have an x-intercept of -3, we have an x-intercept of -2, and we have an x-intercept of +3. Now remember from before, these were all opposites. So if we have x-intercepts of those, that means the bundles that go through this are x+3, x+2, and x-3. So the -3 turns into x+3, -2 turns into x+2, and the 3 turns into x-3. Alright, so here is your factored form. You will see that on the answer sheet. Now getting that to standard form takes a little bit of work. We're going to multiply the first two first. And you can multiply in any order. Just make sure you multiply all three of them. X squared, 2x, 3x, and 6. And remember that those two can combine. So this first piece is x squared plus 5x plus 6. We also have x and a -3. And I'm going to put that in a area model also. X cubed, 5x squared, 6x, -3x, -3x squared, -15x, and -18. For my final answer, x cubed, remember you can combine the x squareds, and we can combine the x's, x to the firsts, and there you go. So now it's in standard form. All right, you should be able to do those problems then after that too. All right, any additional help that you need, feel free and rewind the video, watch it again if you need to. Maybe even have this screen up while you're doing those first 6 problems just to see the 3 different forms. It wouldn't be bad to write these forms up above and kind of memorize those words before you go into the retest. Other than that, see your teacher before or after school if you need any additional help.